What's up guys, Nathan here. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about the little things, the small wins, and why it is so important that we celebrate them. These small wins are something that we see day in and day out, week in and week out, but over time, since we see them a lot, they become less important and less celebrated, which they shouldn't be. And often we are only looking at the big wins, which are far down in the future, or the major project completions, or winning the championship. Those are the things that we strive for to celebrate. But today I want to talk about the things today that you can look at and celebrate, and the things this week you can look at and celebrate. And by celebrating the small wins, it will make you more appreciative. It will make you look for the good in situations, and it will make you and train you to enjoy the process. Because sometimes those big wins or the big events or winning the championships, those are so far down the road, years sometimes, that we often look at that and think it's so far down that we get depressed and we think it's too far away, that we'll never achieve that, we'll never get to there. But by changing that mindset and looking at the positives and the small wins today, it will help you to enjoy the process, because you'll be looking for little wins that you had instead of the big wins later on. So I'm going to share with you 2 tips to help you celebrate the small wins. The first one is to look for the good in situations. I find that today, probably subconsciously, that a lot of people, their first instinct is to look at the negative in situations. This might not be what their intent is, but this is what they portray, and this is what happened. I think that we should switch that mindset and look for the good in situations. And if you really think about it, there's always something good that we can look at in a situation, whether it's the people we're with, where we're at, what we're eating. I mean, eating's great. Everybody loves to eat. So whatever situation you're in, you can always find something that is good in the situation. By doing this, you can switch your mindset to focus on the positive things and the good things, instead of subconsciously focusing on the negative things and being negative most of the time. This will help to celebrate the small wins by looking at the positive things that you did that day and that week. And my second tip is to quite simply celebrate the small wins. So at the end of the day, what I like to do is I like to write in my journal all the things that I accomplished that day and all the cool things that happened. So when I'm writing these cool things and things that I accomplished down, I'm essentially celebrating the small wins that I had. And also something that I read a few months ago that I started doing myself, and something that Tim Ferriss, author of The 4-Hour Work Week, Tribe of Mentors, and Tools of Titans, and he's got a podcast, he suggested to start something called the Jar of Awesome, which is basically this jar right here. And every time you have like a small win or something that you want to remember, whether it's big or small, you write it down, you write what it was, what the date was that it happened, so that in the future, if you're ever depressed or you think that nothing's going right, or all of your goals are so far in the future you're never going to achieve them, then you can simply look back in this jar and start reading one, because it will motivate you and help you to keep going when it's difficult and when you're demotivated and it seems like your goals are so far in the future. So if I look back at some of these, I started this a while in my journal, like I said, and then I transferred this over to my jar of awesome. On October 7th, I started a YouTube channel. That's this channel right here that I'm continuing to do. On September 10th, I did a full backflip. This has always been a goal of mine, and up until recently, I was too scared to try it, but then my friend basically said, let's go do it, and he helped me because he could do one already. And at the end of the day, I was able to do one by myself, and this was great. On September 9th, cliff jumping. This is something that I really love to do, and it gets my heart going because the adrenaline's rushing, and just jumping off the cliff and basically being free in the air is a great feeling to have, and I want to remember that. So just reading those 3 notes in my jar of awesome has already started to motivate me to get up and do something. And I hope it does the same to you when you make your own jar of awesome. And I hope you use these tips to help you to celebrate the small wins in life. And if you enjoyed this video and want to hear more, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. And if you have any questions or any thoughts on the video, I'd love to hear them in the comments down below. Thanks guys.